I hope you enjoyed the Diwali crafts we made in part 1 of this 3-part video series. In this part 2, you'll see us making greeting cards and a table lamp using paper. I was casually drawing these different diyas on a regular white paper sheet and coloring them with color pencils, and it turned out okay. So I'm just going to finish coloring the rest and then cut these out and use them to make a Diwali card with the kids.
Or I have another idea. I could hold the pieces and whatever you need, I'll give it to you. I'm going to reach for this big.
Now we're trying to place the diyas so that they can fit onto our card, also so that similar candles are not placed near each other. All these cutouts will be stuck onto the card using the thick double-sided tape. If you don't want to spend so much time on coloring and cutting the pieces and taping individual candles drawn on paper, you could draw these candles on a cardstock paper and let the kids color in and use it as a Diwali card. Many moms look for Diwali-related ideas or coloring sheets for Diwali at their kids' school. So coloring these different diya and candles on a card or even using glitter glue on these is a good idea for kids to do, whether at home or as an activity at school. While I let my boy color that card, I'm giving my girl this card with these lamps to color in. So here's the card, and I like how using the mounting tape or the thick double-sided foam tape adds a nice dimension to a card. Now to finish it with, I'm writing Shubh Deepavali.
Some people understand Hindi. I do.
I'll give you the next activity.
Okay.
Alright, keshalish.
It's the first time we have so much time to do our Diwali craft.
I know, right?
Uh-huh. Because we hurry up.
Yeah, we did. Alright, we're done with this one. Now let's make another greeting card maybe. Alright, let's work on this one. Instead of a greeting card looking flat, I like adding simple little things that make it stand out. I have a box full of extra satin ribbons, curling ribbons, laces, strings, twines, bows to use for crafts or gift wraps. So for these lamps, we're gluing some ribbon on the bottom, and for the lamps hanging from a rope, I'm adding one of the jute strings I had lying around. So from our previous video from 2018 where we made Diwali cards, please go check it out if you haven't yet. So I've had many people asking me if I used a stencil or template, or if there's a link to the designs, or if there are printables, or from where I got the cuttings, or from where I got the stuff. Phew! So I thought of sharing this quick video of how I made the diya and the candles on paper that my kids then glued to make Diwali greeting cards. As you can see, it's so easy to cut the shapes out of craft papers that I don't even have to describe what I'm doing. You'll totally get the gist while you watch. I got these pattern sheets of paper from Michaels. It's the Reflections brand. The prints are lovely and the paper quality is great. And the plain colorful papers are called construction papers from Crayola brand. And the thicker card to use as a greeting card is called cardstock paper. So with just some papers, scissor and glue, see how simple it is for you to make anything. I looked up some Diwali fonts and Diwali greetings on Google to write the Happy Diwali or Shubh Deepavali message on top of the card. And that's it. You could use gift wrapping paper or an old card that has a pretty design on the other side, or anything to come up with crafts for kids or to make Diwali cards. I'm not into fireworks, and I teach my kids to relate Diwali to light and bright and not fireworks. That's why I don't make any cards related to firecrackers, but if you want to make sparklers, rockets, and so on, there are plenty of ideas on that too if you Google up. But there are so many shapes you can make a diya or various candles using paper. Even better with a printed paper in different colors and designs, and come up with a simple card making activity. In this generation of everything electronically sent, I especially love a handmade card. I hope you liked these Diwali card ideas, and next we'll move on to the paper lamp. Alright, so for today's craft, we are gonna make a lamp using paper. Now, you know those lamps where you fold the paper and then you cut those strips, and I'll put a picture up on the side. Like, I'm just bored of seeing those lamps, and so I wanted to make something different. So
Okay.
I have an A4 sheet paper over here that I...
Let me talk.
Go ahead.
So, the paper. We're gonna make a lamp.
So I don't have a printable template for this, but here's the concept. Whatever size cardstock paper you have, you first fold it in half horizontally, then fold down 1 centimeter on both sides, then fold 1 centimeter of the bottom side, and then fold it half vertically, leaving the 1 centimeter. Draw borders of 1 centimeter on all sides, and to draw the zigzag on 1/4 of the cardstock paper, I took 1 centimeter measurements again to make those overlapping double lines as well. 1 centimeter measurement is to keep this really simple to make, easy to remember, and to work for any size of paper. I don't know if you're going to find this whole folding thing confusing, but I hope you will look at the video and follow the directions. Now I'm folding the paper into the quarter so that I follow the lines only on this one side to cut out the triangles on the sides and the diamond or the kite shape in the center. Using this as the stencil, I will then cut out the bottom layers of the paper as well. Instead of drawing the same thing and the same lines 4 times, I mean, it's just efficiency, you know what I mean? So there we go, plucking out all the shapes and leaving just the overlapped lines as the design. Then I'm cutting the cardstock paper horizontally into 2, cutting over the line that was formed when we folded the paper in the first place. This is how I want to glue it together along the edges when it's all done. So I'm going to next stick the gift tissue papers that I have accordingly on the inside so that it looks neat and tidy on the outside. This is a cumbersome process if you want a different color in each triangle, but if you want only one color of the lamp, then it's easy to stick one sparkly sheet of thin tissue paper all over the inside. The triangles that we cut out make it look like a nice design on the other side. I hope you don't find all the folding and the spacing and the lines that I'm talking about confusing. In case my descriptions are not clear, I hope the demo that you see in the video is giving you an idea what I'm talking about. And in that case, you can choose any size of cardstock paper. A regular printer paper will not work that well as much as a thick, firm, sturdier cardstock paper will, and then you can make any size of lamp. And then of course you'd use any thin crepe paper or colorful thin paper so that any battery operated tea light or candle you place inside can give a subtle glow outside. It's gonna look like.
Wow, beautiful. It's so
Right?
beautiful. Of course.
This is You will see all the messy work on the inside, but on the outside it looks very nice and neat. So once I've glued the tissue papers, and then I will glue the edges of the lamp and it all comes together, then I'm cutting over the lines of the 1 centimeter border so that I can fold them down and keep them glued down, and then put it easily over the battery operated tea light, and it looks so beautiful as table decor, especially in the dark. We're gonna cover it, and here we have our lamp.